They say getting promoted is the dream. Climbing the corporate ladder, getting recognition for your hard work, finally breaking through that glass ceiling. When my boss, Vanessa Mitchell, called me into her office and told me I was being promoted to senior director, the youngest black woman in company history to reach that level, I cried. I called my husband first. Baby, I did it. I got the promotion. All those late nights, all that work, it finally paid off. He seemed happy for me, told me he was proud, told me we'd celebrate. What I didn't know was that my promotion wasn't about my work. It wasn't recognition. It wasn't merit. It was strategy. My boss promoted me to keep me busy, distracted, and grateful. So I wouldn't notice she was sleeping with my husband. The late-night strategy sessions she scheduled meant I'd work late while she was with him. The high-priority projects that required travel sent me out of town while they used my house. The glowing performance reviews and mentorship, manipulation to keep me loyal and unsuspecting. My boss wasn't investing in my career. She was investing in keeping her affair with my husband secret. This is the story of how I discovered the woman I called a mentor was destroying my marriage, and how I used HR, corporate policy, and her own ambition to obliterate her career. My name is Adriana Clark, and before I tell you about how my career success was built on a lie designed to cover up betrayal, you need to understand who I was and what I'd sacrificed to get where I was. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, not the gentrified downtown Detroit you see in articles about the city's comeback. I'm from the East Side, 6 Mile and Gratiot area, where my parents both worked at the GM plant until it closed. My father, Robert Clark, was a union steward. My mother, Patricia Clark, worked the assembly line for 22 years before being laid off in 2009 during the recession. Education is how you get out, my mother told me constantly. Your daddy and I can work the line, but you? You're going to college. You're going to wear suits. You're going to have a career, not just a job. I took that to heart. Graduated top of my class at Cass Technical High School. Got accepted to Michigan State University with a full scholarship. Majored in business administration. Graduated summa cum laude. Got recruited by a Fortune 500 company, Hartwell Industries, a massive manufacturing and distribution company headquartered in Chicago. I moved to Chicago at 22 with one suitcase, $500 in my bank account, and my mother's words in my head. You're going to be the first Clark to make it in corporate America. Make us proud. I started as a junior analyst in operations. Entry level, making $55,000 a year, which felt like a fortune compared to what my parents had made at the plant. I worked hard, came in early, stayed late, said yes to every project, volunteered for committees, made myself indispensable. The corporate world was brutal. I was often the only black woman in meetings, definitely the youngest. I dealt with being talked over, having my ideas ignored until a white male colleague repeated them, being asked if I was the assistant when I was leading the meeting, having people assume I was diversity hire rather than merit hire. You have to be twice as good to get half as much, my mother had warned me. So I was 4 times as good. By year 3, I was promoted to analyst. By year 5, manager. By year 7, senior manager. That's when I met my husband, Marcus Clark. No relation, though we joked about the shared last name. He was 31, I was 29. We met at a networking event for black professionals in Chicago. He worked in pharmaceutical sales, made excellent money, had that smooth, confident energy that comes from being good at what you do. Adriana Clark, he said, reading my name tag. Any relation to me? I laughed. Not yet. We dated for a year. He was supportive of my career, understood the demands, respected my ambition. I love that you're driven, he'd say. So many women want a man to take care of them. You want to build an empire. That's sexy. We got married in 2018 at a beautiful venue in downtown Chicago. Small wedding. 75 guests, mostly family from Detroit, and his family from Atlanta. My parents cried during the ceremony. You did it, baby, my mother whispered. College degree, corporate job, good husband. You did it. Marcus and I bought a condo in Bronzeville, a historically black neighborhood in Chicago that was rapidly gentrifying. We were that young black professional couple. Dual income. No kids yet. Building wealth. Traveling. Living the dream. My career continued to climb. By year 10 at Hartwell Industries, I was director of operations. Managed a team of 12 people. Oversaw $50 million in annual operations. Made $145,000 a year, plus bonuses. I'd gone from the GM plant in Detroit to 6 figures in corporate America in a decade. That's when Vanessa Mitchell entered my life. Vanessa was hired as VP of Operations, my boss's boss. She was 45, black, impeccably dressed, intimidatingly smart, and immediately became someone I looked up to. In a company that was 70% white and 80% male in leadership, having a black woman VP felt revolutionary. "I hear great things about you," Vanessa said in our first one-on-one meeting. "Youngest director in the division. Started as an analyst 10 years ago. Worked your way up. That's the kind of story I like to see." "Thank you," I said. "I've worked hard." "I can tell," she said. "I did the same thing. Started in the mailroom at a different company 30 years ago. Now I'm here. VP, 6-figure salary, respect. But it wasn't easy. Being a black woman in corporate America, we have to be 4 times as good and still fight for every opportunity." "That's exactly what my mother always said," I told her. "Your mother's smart," Vanessa said. "Here's what I want you to know. I'm going to mentor you. I see myself in you. The hunger, the drive, the refusal to accept mediocrity. I'm going to help you get to where I am." I was thrilled. Honored. A black woman VP who wanted to mentor me? That was huge. Over the next year, Vanessa did mentor me. She invited me to high-level meetings I normally wouldn't attend, introduced me to executives, gave me visibility, reviewed my presentations and made them better, advocated for me in rooms I wasn't in. "You're being groomed," my direct manager told me. "Vanessa's positioning you for bigger things. That's rare. Take advantage of it." I did. I worked even harder, took on more responsibility, delivered excellent results, proved I deserved the mentorship. Around month 6 of working under Vanessa, she started inviting me to after-hours events. "Let's get drinks," she'd say. "We can talk strategy." We'd go to upscale bars in the Loop, talk about corporate politics, discuss my career path, bond over shared experiences as black women in predominantly white corporate spaces. She asked about my personal life. "Tell me about your husband." "What does he do?" "Pharmaceutical sales," I said. "He's really good at it. Makes great money. We're a good team." "Does he support your career?" she asked. "Absolutely," I said. "He gets it. He's ambitious too. We both want to build something." "That's important," Vanessa said. "My ex-husband couldn't handle my success. Felt emasculated. That's why he's my ex." She talked about being divorced, about how hard it was to find a man who could handle a successful woman, about feeling lonely despite professional success. "Sometimes I think I'll be alone forever," she said one night after her 3rd glass of wine. "Every man I meet either wants to control me or is intimidated by me." "You'll find someone," I assured her. "You're beautiful, successful, accomplished. The right man will appreciate that." "I hope so," she said. "I'm tired of being alone." I felt bad for her. Here was this powerful woman, VP level, 6 figures, respect in the industry, and she was lonely. It humanized her, made me want to support her not just as my boss, but as a sister. Around month 8, Vanessa told me she wanted me to meet her for coffee on a Saturday morning. "I want to talk about your career trajectory," she said. "Somewhere quiet where we can really strategize." We met at a coffee shop in Hyde Park. She laid out a plan. In 2 years, she wanted to promote me to senior director, then VP within 5 years. "You have what it takes," she said. "But you need to be strategic. Take on the right projects. Build the right relationships. I'll guide you." "Thank you," I said, emotional. "This means everything to me. Having someone who believes in me, I see myself in you." She said again, "I want to help you avoid the mistakes I made. I want to help you get to the top faster than I did." That conversation made me feel seen, valued, like I finally had someone in my corner. Around month 9, Things started shifting in subtle ways I didn't immediately recognize. Vanessa started scheduling more late-evening strategy sessions. Just her and me in her office after everyone else had gone home. We'd talk for 2-3 hours about projects, corporate politics, my development. "I'm sorry to keep you so late," she'd say, "but this is important. You need this time to really develop." I didn't mind. Marcus understood. "Your boss is investing in you," he'd say. "That's huge. Do what you need to do." Vanessa started sending me on more business trips. "I need you to visit the Dallas facility," she'd say. "Audit their operations. 3-day trip. Then Milwaukee, then Atlanta, then Kansas City." I traveled constantly. "You're gone a lot," Marcus mentioned after my 4th trip in 2 months. "I know, baby," I said, "but this is how I move up. Vanessa's positioning me for bigger things. It's temporary." "I get it," he said. "I'm proud of you." Vanessa started calling me her protégé in meetings. "Adriana is someone I'm personally investing in," she'd say to other executives. "Watch her. She's going places." The attention was intoxicating. After 10 years of fighting for recognition, I finally had it. From someone who mattered. Someone with power. Then, 14 months into her mentorship, Vanessa called me into her office on a Friday afternoon. "Close the door," she said. "I have news." I sat down, nervous. "The SVP role is opening up," she said. "Senior Vice President of Operations. I'm being promoted, and I'm recommending you for Senior Director to backfill one of the reporting positions. You'd be the youngest person and the youngest Black woman to ever hold that title at Hartwell Industries." I couldn't breathe. "Are you serious?" "Completely serious," she said, smiling. "You've earned it. You've worked your ass off. You've delivered results. You deserve this. But I need you to be ready. Senior Director means more responsibility, longer hours, higher stakes. Can you handle that?" "Yes," I said immediately. "Absolutely, yes." "Good," she said. "HR will make the official announcement Monday. But I wanted to tell you first. Congratulations, Adriana. You did it." I cried in her office, hugged her, thanked her profusely. "This is just the beginning," she said. "You're going to go so far, and I'll be there every step of the way." I called Marcus immediately when I got to my car. "Baby, I got it. I got the promotion. Senior Director. I'm the youngest Black woman in company history to reach this level." "That's amazing," he said. "I'm so proud of you. We have to celebrate." "Vanessa told me I earned it," I said, crying happy tears. "All the work, all the late nights, all the travel. It was worth it." "You deserve it," Marcus said. "Let's go to dinner tonight. Somewhere fancy. Celebrate properly." We went to Gibson's Steakhouse, one of the best restaurants in Chicago. Expensive, celebratory, perfect. Marcus ordered champagne. We toasted to my promotion, to hard work paying off, to the future. "To my brilliant wife," he said, raising his glass. "Who's gonna run that whole damn company someday?" "To us," I said. "Building this life together." That night felt perfect. Like everything I'd sacrificed. Every late night. Every trip away from home. Every meeting where I was the only Black woman in the room. It had all been worth it. What I didn't know was that Vanessa had spent that same evening with Marcus. In our condo. In our bed. While I was at the office finishing up work before leaving to meet him at the restaurant. The affair had been going on for 8 months. The promotion wasn't recognition. It was strategy. Keep Adriana busy. Keep her traveling. Keep her working late. Keep her grateful and loyal and completely unsuspecting while I destroy her marriage. I didn't find out for another 3 months. Those 3 months after my promotion were a blur. I was busier than I'd ever been. Senior Director meant managing 3 teams, overseeing $200 million in operations, reporting directly to Vanessa, who was now SVP. The responsibility was immense. I worked 12, 14-hour days, traveled twice a month, was exhausted constantly. Marcus was understanding. "You're at a critical point in your career," he'd say. "I get it. Do what you need to do. I'll be here." He was home more than me. I'd leave for work at 6 a.m., get home at 8 or 9 p.m. He'd have dinner ready, Ask about my day. Be supportive. You're an amazing husband, I told him constantly. Thank you for understanding. That's what partners do, he'd say. We support each other's dreams. Vanessa was also supportive, checked in constantly. How are you managing the workload? Do you need to delegate? Remember to take care of yourself. She seemed genuinely concerned about my well-being. We still had our strategy sessions, still got drinks occasionally. She continued mentoring me, talking about the next promotion, positioning me for VP in a few years. You're on track, she'd say. Just keep doing what you're doing. 3 months into my new role, Hartwell Industries hosted its annual leadership conference. 3 days in Miami. All directors and above attended. Spouses were invited to some events. You should come, I told Marcus. It's partially in Miami Beach. We could make a mini vacation out of it. I'd love to, he said. I can take a few days off. The conference was at the Fontainebleau Hotel. Beautiful property, right on the beach. Hundreds of Hartwell employees, including all senior leadership. Day 1 was business sessions. Day 2 was business in the morning, free afternoon, formal dinner that evening. Day 3 was more business. Then everyone flew home. Marcus arrived day 2. He'd missed day 1 due to work, but could make the rest. He checked into our room while I was in meetings, texted that he'd explore Miami Beach and see me at dinner. The formal dinner was black tie, in the hotel ballroom. I wore a burgundy gown. Marcus wore a tux. We looked good. I was excited to introduce him to colleagues, show off my husband, celebrate this moment together. We walked into the ballroom. I immediately spotted Vanessa across the room. She was talking to other executives, wearing a stunning black dress, looking powerful and elegant as always. Come meet my boss, I told Marcus, the woman who's been mentoring me. We walked over. I touched Vanessa's arm. Vanessa, this is my husband, Marcus. She turned around, saw Marcus, and her face went completely white. Marcus saw her, and his face did the same thing. They stared at each other for what felt like an hour, but was probably 3 seconds. Nice to meet you, Vanessa said, recovering quickly, extending her hand. You too, Marcus said, shaking it, but his hand was shaking. Something felt wrong. Very wrong. Have you two met before? I asked, confused by their reactions. No, Vanessa said quickly. I've heard so much about you from Adriana. Feel like I already know you. Same, Marcus said. She talks about you all the time. Thanks for mentoring her. Of course, Vanessa said. She's exceptional. If you'll excuse me, I need to find my seat. She walked away quickly. Marcus was quiet. That was weird, I said. What was? The way you two looked at each other, like you'd seen a ghost. I think I'm just nervous, Marcus said. Meeting your boss. Big moment. She's great, I said. She's the reason I got promoted. We sat at our assigned table. Vanessa was 3 tables away. I noticed she kept glancing our direction. Marcus kept looking down, avoiding eye contact with anyone. Are you okay? I asked him. Yeah, fine, he said. Just not used to these corporate events. Lot of important people. After dinner, there was dancing and open bar. I was networking, introducing Marcus to colleagues, having a good time. Around 10 p.m., I realized I hadn't seen Marcus in 20 minutes. Have you seen my husband? I asked a colleague. Think he went to the bathroom? I walked toward the bathrooms, passed by a hallway that led to the business center, heard voices. Marcus's voice, and Vanessa's voice. I stopped, stayed hidden around the corner, listened. What the hell are you doing here? Vanessa hissed. Adriana's my wife, Marcus said. Of course I'm here. You didn't tell me you were coming. Why would I tell you? We're done, Vanessa. We've been done. Done? You told me you loved me. You told me you were going to leave her. My blood went cold. I never said that, Marcus said. You assumed that. I told you from the beginning this was just what? Just fucking? Just using me? While you played perfect husband to her? You knew I was married, Marcus said. You pursued me anyway. You pursued me, Vanessa shot back. At that pharmaceutical conference in January, you came up to me at the bar, bought me drinks, told me your wife was always working, never home. Didn't appreciate you. I was drunk and stupid," Marcus said. "This should have never happened." "But it did happen," Vanessa said. "For 8 months. And now you want to act like it meant nothing? It's over," Marcus said. "Adriana can never know. Do you understand? She can never know." "Why?" "Because you'll lose her money, lose her success." "Because I love my wife," Marcus said. "What we did was a mistake. It's over. Don't ever contact me again." "You're an asshole," Vanessa said. "And you're a homewrecker who promoted my wife to keep her busy while you fucked me," Marcus shot back. "We're both terrible people. But it ends now." I heard footsteps. Marcus was coming back toward the ballroom. I quickly walked in a different direction, found a women's bathroom, locked myself in a stall, and tried not to vomit. My husband. And my boss. 8 months. The promotion wasn't real. It was strategy. Keep me busy. Keep me working late. Keep me traveling. Keep me grateful. While she destroyed my marriage, I sat in that bathroom stall for 20 minutes, trying to process. Then I pulled out my phone and started recording voice memos. Everything I'd heard, every word, dated and time-stamped. Then I dried my face, fixed my makeup, and walked back to the ballroom like nothing had happened. Marcus was at our table. "There you are. I was looking for you." "Just needed some air," I said. "These heels are killing me." "Want to head up to the room?" he asked. "Actually, I'm having a good time," I said. "Let's stay a bit longer." I spent the next hour networking, smiling, acting normal, watching Vanessa across the room, watching Marcus try not to look at her. We went back to our room around midnight, had sex. Marcus was attentive, almost guilty acting. Told me he loved me, told me he was proud of me. "I love you too," I said, and meant it, which made what I was about to do hurt even more. The next morning, I told Marcus I needed to stay for additional meetings. "You should fly home today. I'll catch a flight tomorrow." "You sure?" he asked. "Yeah, work stuff. I'll be home tomorrow night." He left. I waited until the conference ended, until most people had left the hotel. Then I called Vanessa's cell. "Hey, do you have a few minutes? I wanted to debrief about some conference takeaways." "Sure," she said. "I'm still at the hotel. Want to meet in the business center?" "Perfect." We met in a small conference room in the business center. She looked tired, stressed. "Everything okay?" I asked. "Yeah, just a long few days," she said. "What did you want to talk about?" "I want to talk about why you really promoted me," I said. Her face changed. "What?" "I want to talk about why you've been sending me on so many business trips," I continued. "Why you schedule late-night strategy sessions that keep me at the office until 9 p.m. Why you've suddenly become so invested in my career. Adriana, I don't know what—" "I heard you," I said. "Last night, in the hallway, with Marcus. I heard everything." The color drained from her face. "You've been sleeping with my husband for 8 months," I said, my voice eerily calm. "You promoted me not because I earned it, but to keep me busy, keep me working late, keep me traveling, keep me grateful and unsuspecting while you fucked my husband in my house." "Adriana, Don't," I said. "Don't insult me by lying. I heard every word. He pursued you. You pursued him. 8 months. January to now. While you mentored me, acted like my ally, pretended to care about my success." She started crying. "I'm sorry." "You're sorry," I repeated. "You're sorry. You destroyed my marriage. You manipulated me. You used my career as a cover for your affair. And you're sorry. It wasn't supposed to happen," she said. We met at a conference. We started talking. One thing led to another. "You knew he was married," I said. "You knew he was my husband. I told you about him, showed you pictures, talked about our life together." "I know," she sobbed. "I know it was wrong. But I was lonely, and he was there. And I thought—" "You thought what? That he'd leave me for you? That you could steal my husband and I'd never find out?" "I don't know what I thought," she said. "I wasn't thinking. I was selfish." "You're my boss," I said. You have power over my career. You use that power to manipulate me, to keep me distracted. That's not just betrayal. That's abuse of power. I never meant to hurt you, she said. But you did, I said. And now you're going to face consequences. What are you going to do? She asked, fear in her voice. I'm going to file a complaint with HR, I said. Hostile work environment. Abuse of power. Using your position to manipulate an employee to cover up an affair. That's a terminable offense. Adriana, please, she begged. I'll lose my job. I'll lose everything. You should have thought about that before you decided my career was collateral damage in your affair, I said. I stood up and walked out. I flew home that night. Didn't tell Marcus I was coming home early. Used my key to let myself in quietly. He was in the living room, on the phone. I know, baby. I miss you too. But we can't anymore. Adriana almost found out last night. We have to stop. He was talking to Vanessa. Still, even after saying it was over, I walked into the living room. He saw me. Dropped the phone. Adriana. Get out, I said. Baby, let me explain. Get out of my house. Now. This is my house too. I make more money than you, I said coldly. I paid the down payment. My name is on everything. Get out. He tried to talk, to explain, to apologize. I didn't listen. Called his brother, told him to come pick Marcus up. Had him gone within 2 hours. Then I called a divorce attorney. Filed the next day. Then I did what I'd promised. I filed a complaint with HR. Formal complaint. SVP Vanessa Mitchell engaged in an inappropriate relationship with my spouse, then used her position of power to manipulate my work schedule, travel requirements, and career trajectory to facilitate and conceal the affair. This constitutes abuse of power, hostile work environment, and ethical violation of company policy. I attached evidence. My recorded voice memo from the hallway conversation. Detailed timeline of when my travel and late-night work increased. Documentation showing the correlation between my increased workload and the affair timeline. Testimony about her admission in Miami. HR took it seriously. Very seriously. They launched an immediate investigation. Interviewed me. Interviewed Vanessa. Interviewed colleagues. Pulled phone records. Pulled travel records. Built a case. 3 weeks later, Vanessa Mitchell was terminated. Not just resigned. Terminated. For cause. Which meant no severance package. No reference. Company policy violation on her record. The official reason. Abuse of power and manipulation of employee work assignments for personal benefit. Her career was over. SVP to unemployed in 3 weeks. In an industry where reputation matters, word spread fast. No one wanted to hire a VP who'd been terminated for ethical violations. Marcus tried to fight the divorce. I had the recording. Had proof of the affair. Georgia law doesn't have legal fault-based divorce anymore, but judges still consider adultery when dividing assets. I got the condo. Got 65% of assets. Got my dignity back. That was 2 years ago. I'm 35 now. Still at Hartwell Industries. Still senior director. But I actually earned it this time. They assigned me a new boss. A man, actually, who's been professional and appropriate, and doesn't use my career as a pawn in his personal life. I've been promoted again since then. VP of Operations. Youngest black woman VP in company history. For real this time. Not because someone wanted to manipulate me, because I'm damn good at my job. Marcus tried to reconcile. Sent flowers, letters, texts. I blocked him on everything. Last I heard, he moved to Atlanta. Good riddance. Vanessa tried to reach out once. Email saying she was sorry, that she'd destroyed her own life, that she hoped I could forgive her someday. I didn't respond. She doesn't deserve my forgiveness. She doesn't deserve anything from me. People sometimes ask if I regret reporting her to HR. If I feel bad about destroying her career. Here's what I tell them. Vanessa Mitchell abused her power. She used her position as my boss to manipulate my work life so she could destroy my personal life. She promoted me not because I deserved it, but because it served her affair. She kept me working late, traveling constantly, grateful and loyal, all while sleeping with my husband. That's not mentorship. That's manipulation. That's abuse of power. That's exactly what HR policies exist to prevent. And yes, she lost her career, her reputation, her SVP title, everything she'd built over 30 years. But I lost something too. I lost my marriage. I lost my mentor. Someone I'd looked up to. Someone I'd trusted. Someone who I thought genuinely cared about my success. I lost my faith that my promotion was earned. I lost 18 months of my life working my ass off thinking it was for my career, when really it was just so my boss could sleep with my husband. The difference is, I'm still standing, still succeeding, still climbing, still VP. She's not. Because when you abuse power, when you manipulate people, when you use someone's career as a cover for destroying their marriage, you deserve to lose everything. My name is Adriana Clark. My affair was with my boss. She promoted me not to advance my career, but to hide her relationship with my husband. She kept me working late, traveling constantly, believing I was being groomed for success, when really I was being groomed to be blind. But I'm from Detroit, from the GM plant, from work twice as hard to get half as much, from a long line of people who don't give up. I caught them. I reported her. I destroyed her career. I divorced my husband, and I kept mine. 2 years later, I'm VP. She's unemployed. Marcus is in Atlanta struggling, and I'm in Chicago, thriving. That promotion she gave me, I turned it into something real, proved I actually deserved it. Got the next one on my own merit. The mentorship she pretended to give me. I found real mentors, people with integrity, people who don't use power as a weapon. The success she tried to manipulate, I claimed it for myself. Because here's what Vanessa Mitchell didn't understand. You can't give someone a fake promotion and expect it to stay fake. I took that title and made it real. I took the opportunities and earned them. I took the position she gave me as a distraction and turned it into a launch pad. She thought she was playing me. Turns out, I won anyway. That's not revenge. That's resilience. That's taking what was meant to destroy you and using it to build something stronger. I'm still here. Still climbing, still breaking barriers, and she's gone. That's what happens when you underestimate a Black woman from Detroit who knows how to work twice as hard and fight 4 times as smart. You lose, and we win. Every single time. If this story made you question every promotion you've received, subscribe for more stories about Black women who turn manipulation into victory. Hit like if you believe bosses who abuse power deserve consequences. Comment. Would you report your boss to HR in this situation? Have you ever questioned if recognition was genuine? Thank you for watching. And remember, your success is yours. Don't let anyone convince you it's a gift they gave you. See you in the next story.